Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for the 17th of August. All right, now let's just check out the major currency pairs and see what's going on. I'm sort of almost sorry to say that the geopolitical situation that's sort of engulfing a number of currencies, Brexit, mainly for the UK, you've got a whole heap of issues globally, Turkey rolling through this sort of European contagion effect and all these sorts of things. The Sino-US issues with trade tariffs. What we're seeing is sporadic short-term movements. Now, one of the key things, I haven't once again adjusted my charts. Just looking at the key sort of low point here a few days ago on euro, and then looking where the currency is now sort of just banging away up and down through that level. It can't really get enough momentum to kick up, substantially through 114, and it doesn't really go much below 113.40. Sterling continues to sort of thrash about. Like, we had exceptionally strong retail sales figures yesterday, and still it came off. Now, that's a sure sign that things aren't right in the state of Denmark. So so then you come back and look over here once again at dollar yen. There's a huge bit of a surge with that sort of safe haven trade as equity markets sort of blew up. Now that's sort of back trading sideways as well. So what we're seeing across the board is sporadic movements. Now, what we're trying to do is, of course, we're trying to make money every day. You're looking for, clear technical situations that we can get into a trade, and then also making sure that we've got the momentum to go with it. To me, euro and sterling at this point are still a little bit too tricky. I'll show you in a minute. We've got key CPI data. I think it is out of Canada. That'll be very interesting. The Antipodeans, the Aussie and Kiwi. Now, there's a little bit of potential here. We just had the RBA governor come out and say the probability of a rate cut is very low, barring a major China issue with trade and everything else. So, to me, the Aussie sort of banging up towards this 72.90 sort of level. It's coming as a bit of a pivot level. And the previous high here on Kiwi seems to be capping the top there as well. So we may well see some movement there, but momentum is by no stretch, solid. You're getting these sort of movements, and even up and down through sterling. Like sterling is still sort of sitting around 127. We've had inflation numbers which were like through the roof. Retail sales figures the best since 2015, and still it sits here. So that tells you that there's a lot of problems going around. Will the Aussie and Kiwi pop above these levels? Maybe, but I tell you what, I think it's only going to be a short-term move if that's the case. Now, why I say that is, if you just come across and have a look at the US dollar, basically the US dollar is not really going anywhere. Now, you might get all bared up and think, okay, it's broken through this trend line, but check out the move. It was just so minute, and then just started trading sideways again. So the US dollar is not really going anywhere. If anything's going anywhere, it's the offshore yuan, which is appreciating at the moment. US dollar falls, yuan appreciates. You'd expect the Aussie and Kiwi to be shooting up. Well, they have gone up a little bit, but not compared to where this currency was, earlier today, even for that matter, or even yesterday. So just be aware, it's a little bit weird. Now, equities, sea of green. Okay, that's probably why dollar yen is back to where it is. There's no sort of real major contagion effect across the financial markets at this point. Now, let's just have a look at the MyFX Trading Hub. Now, what we're looking for is, okay, what are the trading conditions? And I spent a little bit more time there on the major charts just to sort of show you geopolitical events. You can actually see it on the charts because either the Aussie, Kiwi, Euro and Sterling sort of correlate, and dollar yen and dollar CAD do as well, or they don't. And at the moment, the things are all over the shop. So what we're doing is you can still look for good trading opportunities, but you're looking very closely at the specific data that is being released. Now, the last major release for this week is the CAD CPI numbers. Now, dollar CAD has actually settled down somewhat. If I just come back across to have a look at that, if you're looking for just something that makes sense. Okay, so we have seen obviously the green line there. If I just get my pen back up, this green line there, it's 65.45. That's oil. All right, so it is moving, or it's dropping. I've got this oil price inverted on my chart. So as oil drops, dollar CAD should rally. So to me, if this continues to move that way, well then we've got a pretty good chance for a break trade to the top side in dollar CAD. Now this could play in very nicely with the CPI numbers. Okay. You come back up over here and have a look at the what we're looking for in the CPI numbers. Now, they don't make it exceptionally easy. Now, the last year or two, the Bank of Canada has started bringing out their own core numbers as opposed to the market numbers. So you're probably looking at both. But, you know, if we get strong inflation, right, well, then CAD appreciates. Now, what do we get if it's weak or a lower inflation? Well, this is actually where you can piece it together and look at the trading opportunity in full, right? Okay, so oil's falling. That should drive dollar CAD that way, top side, okay? US dollar strong, weak CAD. Now, if we get weak inflation numbers, well, then this is going to be a jolly good situation where dollar CAD will or should rally on the back of weak Canadian CPI numbers. And the good thing is, with this opportunity is we've already got oil moving topside and we have a resistance line here as well. That makes this opportunity a really nice peachy one. It's about time the data dropped for us as well. We've been getting into these situations and the data doesn't really fit in with the technical framework, and that's what we've been getting a lot. So instead of getting frustrated, just be persistent, wait for the opportunities. You'll see this trade in the next best trade watch list straight after this presentation. So that's where we are, guys. It's one of those things that you can't really change. You know, I wish a lot of these geopolitical events would either push on or give us some sort of clarity, like Brexit. You know, we've still got this thing up until March next year for them to sort out some sort of deal. Eurozone, well, the Euros is sort of trading sideways. It's been a bit sidelined. And that's what I was saying. Like, look for the short-term trading opportunities at the moment, and that's where the cash is going to be, right? So CAD CPI, definitely a cracker of an opportunity. And then start to look through the potential opportunities next week. Once again, the calendar reloads for a whole range of extra big releases, and you can start to plan those events as well. But for today, CPI data is the one to go for. As I said, you'll see an update in the next best trade watch list shortly. Other than that, guys, I'm sad to say that it's slim pickings just at the moment. You can see there's just everything sort of just ticking away. I mean, I think the US dollar is still going to go up. We may see a bit of a Friday short squeeze. We may get a little pop up here in a few of these major pairs just to counter the move that we've seen this week. And I suspect we'll see them all drop off if we do see that a few stop losses triggered later in the day. All right, guys, have a good trade day. We'll catch you later on. Cheerio.